through me. Lord, if I err, count it to my not to my mouth, but not to my heart. Correct me, Lord. Be with me, Lord, and be with everyone in here. That each and every one in here get the word that they need on this day.
Yes, God.
I want you to go with me to the book of Ecclesiastes. That's in the Old Testament. Ecclesiastes. The 3rd chapter. Ecclesiastes. We're going to go to 2 of these Old Testament readings today. And Ecclesiastes, 3rd chapter. While you look it up, young people, I want to tell you a little something about the book of Ecclesiastes. And also Proverbs. But let me tell you something about the person who wrote it. His name was Solomon. I don't know if you know anything about Solomon, but let me tell you about Solomon. He was known as one of the wisest men that ever lived.
That's right.
Young people, listen, I really want you to hear this. At a young age, he had the opportunity to ask God for something. And he asked him for wisdom. He didn't ask him for gold. He didn't ask him for a long life. He didn't ask him for a lot of women. He didn't ask him for just to be happy. He asked for wisdom. And let me tell you about wisdom. We don't want the world wisdom, but we want godly wisdom. Because with that godly wisdom, let me tell you a little about Solomon. In his lifetime, he became the richest man that ever lived. He had a great gold palace. He built the temple for God. Had 1,000 concubines. I'm gonna tell you that means too many women. Gold, silver, horses, chariots. He ruled all these things. He had power. When he spoke, people listened. He listened. And what I want to tell you about Solomon is that he wrote Ecclesiastes in his old age. And the important thing, when you get there, Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3, first verse.
Amen.
Chapter 3, first verse.
Come on.
And out of all the things that he had, who wouldn't want what Solomon had?
Come on.
Come on now. Let's keep it real. Riches. Any woman you won't just ask for. Some things that you don't need. But in the end, those were some of his downfalls. But let's go back. And he had everything. Everything he wanted. But when we get to the book of Ecclesiastes, in his old age, he come and what does he call it? Vanity. He calls it vanity. That means it ain't nothing. It was meaningless. It faded away because if you ain't got God, none of that matters.
Preach up.
This is from the wisest man that ever lived.
Come on now.
Let's go to Ecclesiastes. I'm going to read here. And we're going to stick with his word on today. Because we're in that season right now, young people. And old people. We're in that season. A right time for everything. Let's see what it is. Ecclesiastes 3, first chapter. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Preach up.
A time to win and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he labored? I have seen travails which God has given to the Son of Man to be exercised in it. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in their heart so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end.
Preach up.
Now, one of the things that God teaches us right off is that in this world you will have tribulations.
Amen. Amen.
Young people, the old people can tell you right now that they've been through some. You have your ups and your downs and your time of tribulation. A time to be born. We've all been born here.
Yep.
But let me tell you, there's also a time to die.
Yes.
That's it.
As the pastor was talking today, that's the most important thing, being born and dying. And we don't know who's going to go next, but there will be a next.
Yeah, we'll be next.
Preach up.
Better say it.
In my life right now, I am witnessing more of the deaths.
Come on now.
In my young days, I used to pick up the paper and go straight to the sports section.
Yes, sir.
Now I go to the obituary.
Yeah.
I'm looking at friends. But let me tell you something, young people. They're all ages.
Yeah.
They're 3 years old. They're 10, they're 12, they're 13, they're 16, 19, 25.
Yes, indeed.
You're guaranteed there is God, your day has already been appointed.
Yeah.
I want you to know that you need to be preparing yourself right now.
For when it comes
A time
to die.
to die. One of the things, I'm going to tell you what happened to me as a young, I was about 15. Anybody around that 14 or 15 around that age right now? And I've always been in church. Let me tell you about something that happened to me that I knew I had to get my life in order. Actually, I was sleeping in my bed one morning. And all of a sudden I heard something outside like it hitting the side of the house like a boom, boom, boom. Raising up out of my sleep, I pulled back the curtains and I looked out the curtains. And all of a sudden there was a boom.